Hello traders, markets resting a little bit today. Non-farm payroll Friday, ECB decision tomorrow. So what we might see tomorrow, we are 16,560 at the moment in the Dow, with still an hour, sorry, 40 minutes to go till the close. And I'm looking at this 16,600 high, looking for that to get touched and potentially bounce off. I think the first test of that will probably see that rejected. So if we get that tested tomorrow and then drop back, we might come back and test this support level here before potentially going up on another leg. But obviously the markets have got a problem of the fact that we've got this much resistance above and this much support underneath. So it's a little hard to call here, particularly as the volumes are relatively light. We're getting sort of sharp little moves up, not good runs. So it's a difficult one to call. Let's look at some other markets to see if we can get some other indications. The Nasdaq, which had such a nice burst up yesterday, has been pretty much sideways today. I think we need the 8 and 21 to catch up. So we might see a retest down here of the 50 MA before, and if we are going to hold, then yeah, see another bounce to the upside. The S&Ps are making new highs. So it's a new high close yesterday, and now we just narrowly made a new close. So that's very bullish. If you're a stock trader, then look at the financials. See if there's any financials that might break up. In the meantime, the FTSE is strong. Ever since we came off this 65.87 and bounced off 6,500, held 65.85, and here we are close to 6,700. So keep buying the pullbacks if you want to trade the trend at 66.50 area to see if that can go to 6,700. DAX is high, but at the moment all pullbacks are bought. If you look at the 4 hour, that's hugging the ATMA, so that tells me it's very bullish. I think we are literally just resting today. That is, however, a little reversal bar. You know, this is a massive wall up there at the highs, 66.58 area. But I think a pullback, if that pulls back to 95.40, 95.50, that will get bought, and the Nikkei is above 15,000. So markets overall have to be classified as bullish. So where does that leave us on the pound pairs? Seeing dollar strength. Very little movement today. I think it's something ridiculous, like a 25-point move between the Euro session and the US session. Maybe slightly more than that, not much more. The same could not be said of the Euro US. It's ECB decision tomorrow, so we saw traders coming out of this one. We're just trapped in this box at the moment. Typical of a big rate, typical of a big decision, a big day. Could go either way. So we've got the support underneath here, resistance, top end of the box. I mean, you've got to say it looks lower at the moment. We've engulfed yesterday's bar, so any pullback could get bought, could get sold. Sorry. And the market is generally not expecting any change, not expecting the ECB to reduce or increase any rates, repro or base rates, and not expected to announce any changes to fiscal strategy. So this may get a bit of a leg up. If it holds this level here, we may start to see that retested. But bottom line, that we're under the trend line. Keep seeing some selling, and that is difficult to trade. Stand aside. Yen pairs, euro yen, right underneath that trend line. Could come and retest 142, which is a major support level, and break up, but you have to say that is a reversal bar under a trend line, so that is not looking great. It's looking short. Would I short it? No, not with it. The trouble is, what you really want is, when you break, you want fresh air above. You want some sky above. If you've got relative support right underneath you, then what we could end up doing is just flapping around this area here and breaking one way or the other. But until we decide where we're going to go, then I would just stand aside. Pound yen, very slow mover, not much to be had today, so we are looking tired up there. There is resistance up there, and that is a topping tail. But again, look at like the S&Ps. This is very similar to the S&Ps. It does tend to follow the indices. All touches of the 8 on the 4-hour chart are bought. So this 171.30, if we see it, is a potential good area to buy. But if we end up with a double top drop and start breaking down underneath that area there, then we could see 170 and beyond. So we just have to recognise that last time we saw a topping tail like that, we dropped a good 350 points almost, even more than that. We dropped about 500 to 600 points. So markets are under the cosh. US dollar yen. It's still making higher highs, but weakening. Pound Aussie dollar is just not doing it. That's trapped under that resistance. I'm still looking to see if that can close above 180.20 for a move to the upside, but it's firmly stuck in the downtrend, and a test of 17800 looks likely. Euro Aussie, again, that's trapped under resistance. We got a little bounce and they sold into it, so rallies are sold into. So it's not easy days at the moment. Not too bad if you're a day trader, reasonable moves if you're a day trader, but if you're a swing trader, this is tough. You meander around here for a good 2 or 3 weeks, then drop, meander up here, and then suddenly break. So it's not great for swing trading at all. Okay, so actually getting a little push into the close here. Half an hour to go, and we'll just move 50 points from over the last couple of hours. Not a lot, but a nice push. Okay, so the theme of the moment is still bullishness, but just pick your spot, because volumes are light up here as we await two busy days of data. Oil. Hammerlight bar, so we're stuck between the 50 and 200. Hammerlight bar, so if we break, I think we might drift lower, retest the lows, and possibly then break up. But all the time you're around the 50 and the 200, it gets tougher to trade. Gold. I mean, that is a potential reversal. So this is a 50% fibs. If we get a retest of 1285 tomorrow, I'd buy that with a very tight stop under 1270. So that's what I like, a low risk, potentially high reward trade. You've got that resistance up there, so we're likely to at least bounce off of that. Unlikely to punch through it first, but there is a move potentially up to that level up there. Sugar, it's messing around. I mean, that's not a very good chart if you're trying to get a decent move on this. Struggle up here at $18, $19, and now we're right back down here at support with a very messy area here. I would stand aside and let that one sort itself out. The wheat, so we've had distribution pattern up here at 725. I still think we could see 650, 660, at which point if we held I would then come back into that market. Corn, weak, beans, weak. So it's the strength of the dollar that's doing this at the moment. And so we just need to be careful. Stocks. Taser is pulling back after a nice move up here. It's got a lot of resistance up here. So it closed above that. I still think Taser stands a chance. I think that will do okay. Obviously we need a close above 190 tomorrow to let that have a chance. Amazon is holding on, and the close yesterday was good. I would steer clear. That could still roll over. Divergent RSI, but trapped between the 50 and the 200. I like the way the 200 EMA is beginning to sort of flatline, and 50 EMA is coming down to touch it. I mean, close above that area there, so 3440, then I think that stands a chance. Let's go through my list. X is trying to hold up, but not a very good chart. Rig, that's okay. I think it's in trouble if we close lower tomorrow, because what I think happened is we drop, we come and touch the 50 and 200, we drop, come and touch resistance, we drop, we sell, we push up, and we're hitting this level here, so we're just narrowly closing above. The danger is we come and touch this and then roll over, but all the time it's a nice little grind up. If you're not in there, I would stand aside for the moment. Tesla, nice move up, gapped up and gone basically, and we're engulfing bar yesterday, so if you were looking for a pullback, then obviously not in it. I would still hold out for a pullback at 214. Not that much of a probability you're going to get in. Taser we've looked at. Let's look at some of these oil stocks. Noble trying to hold up. Netflix closed below the trend line, closed above it the next day, and then hovering. That could just rotate back to the downtrend easily. So stay put. Barrett's, I famously tried to short that, and that is just grinding up. Very extended. Goldman's, 3 nice days off of that lower fib level, at the 160 level. Very very shallow pullbacks on the initial couple of days, and then of course you'd be buying under a lot of resistance if you bought that. So that's I think the only way you could have played that, obviously with the benefit of hindsight, is to stuck an order out for that lower fib level with a stop just under 158.60. So nice moves in these oil stocks. If we pull back again to 550, that's a buy like CO. ETFC has bounced. COG has come up. Barrow Homes doing okay. Ballard Power, leave it. Amazon we talked about. AKS we talked about. Okay. Anything else? Talked about QCOM. That's was a question of whether we shorted that, but no real significant sell signal. So potash has dropped down to the trendline support and got bought. I actually think if you try to buy into support into that hammer, that is a potential good area as long as you hold your stop for relatively close. So if we close here, which we look as if we are, and you got 34.70 say, and tuck your stop under 34.40, that might well see. It's a kiss and tell. Breaks up through the trend line, comes back to kiss it, and now we could run. So a cheeky order might just do it. BlackBerry, I'm like buy yesterday, close above today. I mean that's worth it. If you bought 817 with a stop under 783, I think that is a potential good deal. Bank of America is struggling. Baidu got sold at the highs. Apple's good. It's held that trend line. Looks as if it wants to go higher. So if we pull back to 542 is potentially a good entry in that one there. Okay, I hope that helps, and I will see you tomorrow.